Hey kids, welcome back to the game room, and today we're doing a game called Elemental GEARBOLT for the PlayStation.
When I play this game, I get to feel that I've been training for this all my life. So it just makes me feel wonderful.
Super.
Yeah, let's go check out the game footage. It's pure art.
Here's the very first level of the game. You start out, and there's a very linear storyline here.
It makes you feel real special playing that first level, doesn't it?
It just makes me feel special in general because this is a good game in that you're able to shoot everything that moves.
Yeah, there aren't any like those stupid civilians that pop out of nowhere like, "Ooh, help me!" Bang, you're dead! No, there's none of that.
And then they take points away from you. The nerve.
That's bullshit.
I hate games like that.
That's retarded. I don't like that.
It's like Operation Wolf when those nurses run out into the middle of the field trying to save people and you can't shoot them. We're here to kill everything, which is why this game is good. And you get to use a real gun. This is the first gun game we've actually reviewed on the Game Room. Everything else you tend to use controllers for, but we got the light gun. We have the Namco light gun, which is the only light gun you can use with this game.
We also had probably the most fun reviewing a game we've had in a while doing this simply because of the fact that we got to shoot a lot of things. And with a lot of violence. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, well, there's no blood and guts, unfortunately.
Oh, there's no blood and guts, but I mean, shooting things is great.
Oh, of course it is. You can bust into the room, John Woo style, with the gun over, on its side, screaming and sliding across the floor.
I don't know about
cigarettes.
You, but I was actually jumping across the room a lot, shooting. Hopefully not breaking my shoulder, but I was doing it anyway. Sort of like jumping across the room, sliding and shooting. It was a lot of fun. They do have a lot of carpet burn.
Okay.
But that's all right.
Now, it's kind of like your fantasy RPG tip here. You can see the style. It's got a very cool art direction style overall. The graphics are okay.
Music is good. The graphics are good for this kind of game.
The music is outstanding.
Yes.
It is not your typical video game music. This is more like just some kind of fantasy movie.
Right.
It's really like some Indiana Jones type.
It's actually some, pretty well-scored orchestral type stuff.
Big saga type music. This is each level you go through will take you, for the most part, a few minutes, about 5-6 minutes. Then you come to an end boss, usually. Actually, no, every episode you do come to an end boss. Which you shoot lots of times, and he starts throwing shit at you, and crabs start coming out of the water. That was the second level there. Now we're in the third level here, which is the caves or something.
And for the one or two people out there who actually owned a Saturn and had the game Panzer Dragoons Y or 2, whatever language you want to talk, you will notice some of the similarities here with the art direction and some of the enemies that come out of here and there. So that's just my 2 cents about this game.
It does give you a variety.
Actually, I have like a whole $1 left. So
it gives you a variety of weapons to choose from, but not a very large variety. It's pretty small. You have a normal shot, which is what you tend to go through the game
with. And then you have like a blue pulse rifle and then a red spread shot straight out of Contra, but it's not nearly as good.
No, I don't really care for the other weapons myself. The basic shot is the best weapon in the game. However,
what's the blia?
There's a delay between shots, so you can't sit there and really machine gun things, unfortunately. It sits there and
the pulse rifle is the closest thing you can come to that, but the pulse rifle isn't as powerful as the one shot.
Not as powerful. Here's a great level. I like this one. This is the Lawrence of Arabia level, and it's even playing your Lawrence of Arabia soundtrack in the background.
And this board actually has, in my opinion, the most similarities to Panzer Dragoon, with the giant flying things and. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about.
Here's the end boss of this level, which sucks. He's very, very difficult. Reminds me of something. I can't put a finger on what it reminds me of. Air Raiders. Remember that old cartoon they had back in the 80s?
No.
They'd ride around on ships in air.
We did a lot of that in the 80s.
Commodity. A
lot of coke too.
Sectars.
But anyway.
The good old days, man. 3rd grade, getting coked up, playing with Transformers. Hey, I miss those days.
Jetfire. He was my favorite when I was coked up.
Well, he was. Bumblebee had the very vibrant colors, but they were made extra. We'll just move on.
Oh yeah, this is actually a very well designed board. This is where the similarities of Panzer Dragoon stop because this is very, very cool. This is definitely on the RPG tip with floating land things, castles everywhere.
Now I do have to complain a little bit. This game would have gotten a 10 had it had a lot more blood and guts. And also a little bit of TNA and some booty. We did not have TNA and booty in this game.
Now there is booty along the lines of money.
Well, yeah, but
there
they
isn't
had
booty along the lines of booty, like shake your booty.
The anime shots had these two hot chicks. You're playing those girls, but you don't actually get to see that.
The only thing that were missing were the twirly things on the that they
pasties
on. Yeah,
that and a bunch of drunk guys throwing beer beer goggling them.
Yeah, they should have had a level where you go through a bar and shoot beer bottles being thrown at you.
Well, every game should have that.
Yeah. When you're a chick, yeah.
This is where you're entering the bad guy's palace. Now you lose track after a while with the plot. They take a Japanese plot, they bring it over here, and I think they pretty much half-assed the entire thing.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I could never follow it. They're like mad about some brain in a vat coming after them, and then there's lightning blowing up some other girl in a tube. And some guy flies somewhere else and complains about his mom. And
I don't know about you boys and girls, but that sounds good to me.
Now there's a dog running around shooting shit at you, and the dog's pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah, this is actually pretty neat.
This is actually the end of the game. You have to go through 3 end bosses, and I couldn't beat the last end boss because it kicked the living hell out of me, and that was about it for me. That's this person right here.
Yeah.
As far as I know,
use a variety of weaponry. That's why.
Well, the other guns suck, and then all of a sudden he comes at me with a shotgun blast all over the screen.
The thing about the pulse rifle, this is where the strategy comes in when you switch different weapons, because the pulse rifle and the spread shot do help when you're trying to shoot a lot of bullets that enemies are throwing at you, or when there's a lot of money thrown across.
There's
right there. Pulse rifle would have helped.
Goodbye, life. That's nice.
I was playing this game a lot, and I did not see one GEARBOLT. I don't know what the hell this title has anything to do with anything.
The elements are pretty much stretching it as well.
Yeah,
I think that's
the whole thing.
Pretty poor Japanese translation.
Yeah. They should have just called it shooting game.
Shooting RPG.
Shooting RPG game.
Had a really good 2-player mode though.
Yeah, it did.
Dave and our director Joe were trying that out earlier, and you want to show some footage of that?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Back to the game.
Yeah, excellent game. A lot of fun.
Where'd this come from? I just walked into a store one day and
you got to leave it to working designs to bring over these Japanese games that like the American audience would just normally say, "Oh no, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to shoot things." No.
No, we don't. Yes, we want to shoot things.
Hell yeah. Shit.
I think it came out in about 98, so it's not a new game by any means. However, It's definitely worth picking up. This is absolutely a blast. You get through the levels, you start memorizing them, and the game gets a lot better.
Yeah, it's not like an RPG along the lines of like a Final Fantasy. It's just a shooting game that has a cool storyline to go along with it.
An RPG type anime and graphics and character design.
Yes. Okay, whatever.
Which is cool.
Yes. And, you got like 3 different weapons. You have the really strong one shot, as you saw, like all the spread shots and all that stuff. And they're all used for different things throughout the game. Like, picking up coins and, all kinds of stuff. And at the end of each level, you can either decide to upgrade your elemental bastard person, whoever you are.
The lady with the iron bikini and wings.
Yes, exactly. Either that or you can rack up points. Now, that obviously, if you've ever seen this show before, turns this game into a drinking game.
Which makes it much more difficult, I might add.
Yes, especially, at like 3 o'clock in the morning after you've been playing for about 4 hours.
Tough.
Makes things very difficult, and your elements start to go. You know what I'm saying?
Mother, I'm sorry I've been away so long. I haven't forgotten my vow. I will avenge your death. Your murderer shall pay for his actions when I empty the life from his grotesque carcass.
Sire, the second excavation research unit at the Guate Mountains has been destroyed.
Is the cause known? Was it the Republic?
Unconfirmed reports indicate that the Republic was not responsible.
Then who is responsible?
It seems to be 1 or 2 armored individuals.
Only 2?
They are said to be armed with incredible weapons and headed to Owato. The king wishes to consult with you immediately regarding this disturbing turn of events.
I see. Good or evil?